everyone, and welcome to another episode of It's News to Me. I'm your host, Anastasia Gilardi.
And I'm Ryan Molina. Today we will be highlighting the important news and events happening worldwide, nationwide, and right here in our community.
Late-night comedian Jimmy Fallon hosts the 74th Annual Golden Globe Awards in Beverly Hills, California on January 8, 2017. Meryl Streep, when accepting the Cecil B. DeMille Award for a Lifetime Achievement, has widely been considered the highlight of the night. Her speech following the award was very serious, where she championed press freedoms, criticized Donald Trump, and called for empathy in performances and in real life. And as an indirect statement on the matter, Streep also said, "Disrespect invites disrespect. Violence incites violence. And when the powerful use of their position to bully others, we all lose." Meryl's speech went viral all over social media platforms and was timely to the upcoming inauguration.
The Batavia Police Department is investigating a suspicious death in the 1100 block of Rye Court, Batavia, according to a police department news release on Friday, January 6th. Batavia Police and Fire Department were called to a home on Batavia's east side at 7:52 a.m. on January 6th for a report on a person not breathing. Police reports state that it looked like a conflict arose between the victim, Caitlin P. Newswinger, and her husband, Michael J. Marlovitz, who eventually left the house right before emergency services arrived. Officers and investigators are not sure if Marlovitz is responsible for the death of his wife, but he is the number one person of interest. Marlovitz took the victim's vehicle, a 2006 white Honda Pilot, along with several other items. Monday, January 9th, police officials arrested Marlovitz on unrelated charges at a $2,500 bond. No additional information has been released regarding the circumstances or cause of death for Newswinger. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Batavia Police Department at 630-454-2500 or their local police department.
Now let's hear from Katie Drum with the Park Bench.
Hi there, I'm Katie Drum, Marketing and Sponsorship Coordinator at the Batavia Park District, and welcome to the Park Bench. I am bringing you Park District news today from the Eastside Community Center, home to many special events, Shannon Hall, and our New Horizons preschool. Speaking of New Horizons preschool, if you're considering enrolling your little one in our progressive school, we will be hosting an open house on Tuesday, January 24th from 5:30 to 7 p.m. Parents and children are welcome to come visit our classrooms and meet all of our amazing teachers. For more information, you can visit bataviaparks.org, or you can always also contact the coordinator, Lori McDonald, at 630-406-5282, and you can schedule your own private tour. Also, the cold weather is finally here, but it does go up and down, as you guys all know. And we do want to remind the community about rules for skating at Depot Pond. The temperature must be below zero for several days for the ice to become thick enough for safe skating, and 8 inches or greater of ice is required before the pond is cleared for skating. So please stay off the thin or slushy ice or freshly sprayed snow and ice. Snow, rain, and warm weather spells like today may destroy many hours of work and make ice difficult for skating. So when the red flag is flown, skating is prohibited. The Peg Bond Center will also be open as an unsupervised warming house, weather permitting. Doors open at 8 a.m. and are locked at 5 p.m. Only the foyer and the washrooms are available, but the Park District is also not responsible for any lost or stolen items. The Peg Bond Center will also be closed for rental use through February 20th. And safety is of the most importance when it comes to using Depot Pond for ice skating, so don't forget to check the flag, or you can always contact us at 630-879-5235 to see if the pond is open for use. And Valentine's season is coming up, and it's a great time to take your daughter, ages 3 through 12, on a special date. Join us for our popular Daddy-Daughter Date Night on Friday, February 3rd from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. at Rotolo Middle School. You can enjoy an evening of entertainment, dessert, dancing, games, photographs, and a fun carnival theme this year. The price is $30 per couple, one dad and one daughter, and it's $15 per additional daughter. And new this year, you can treat your daughter to a pink or white corsage, courtesy of Town and Country Gardens. Corsages are just $15 each. For more details on how to register, you can also give us a call at our main office number. There are also many wonderful local organizations committed to making the Tri-Cities a great place to live, to work, and to play. Many of them could not operate without the help of people like you. Volunteers are a vital part of any success of all organizations, and they truly make a difference in the community. So please please stop by our Community Resource Expo on Saturday, February 4th from 10 a.m. to noon. And you can learn about opportunities available for donating your time, your expertise, or resources. Whether you're interested in animals, education, or the arts, there's definitely an organization that will match your passion. And also, if there's a wedding in your future, or perhaps you got engaged this holiday season, save the date for our second annual Bridal Showcase on Saturday, February 25th. You can visit bataviaparks.org for more details. And also be sure to check out our Winter Fun Guide for a lot of great special events and programs that we have scheduled for the whole year. It's a new year, and it's never too late to learn something new or start a new project. So other than that, we'll see you next time on the Park Bench.
Authorities in Chicago charged 4 African-American adults with hate crimes Thursday, January 5th, after a gruesome Facebook Live video went viral showing the torturing of a young disabled man while shouting obscenities about President-elect Donald Trump and slurs against white people. The footage showed a terrified young white man in a corner with orange bands around his wrists and ankles and tape covering his mouth. As heartbreaking as it was to watch, the young woman broadcasted on Facebook Live as the 2 men slashed the sleeves of the victim's shirt with a knife and take turns punching and kicking at his head. Another sickening scene showed one of the men cutting the victim's hair and scalp with a knife as he is later showed bleeding from his injuries. The assault went on for up to 5 hours, authorities said, and found the unidentified 18-year-old from Crystal Lake wandering the streets in distress. The victim is now recovering from his injuries at home with his parents. The 4 people charged were taken into custody, and in addition to the hate crime charges, some of them face additional counts of aggravated kidnapping, aggravated battery, and aggravated unlawful restraint. Facebook released a statement after the incident saying, "We do not allow people to celebrate or glorify crimes on Facebook and have removed the original video for this reason." In many instances, though, when people share this content, they are doing it to condemn violence or raise awareness about it. In that case, the video would be allowed. Facebook says it has employees monitoring live videos at all times.
In the early morning of Thursday, January 12th, firefighters responded around 12:30 a.m. to a house fire on the northeast side of Baltimore. 6 children were missing and presumed dead. Since then, 5 bodies were discovered, leaving 1 presumed dead. The mother and 3 other of her children were injured, according to fire officials. The missing and the dead are between 9 months and 11 years of age. The 5 bodies recovered from the scene were unidentifiable due to severe burns. The blaze was said to be so intense that it melted a nearby parked car. The mother and 2 of her boys, ages 4 and 5, remain in critical condition, and her 8-year-old daughter is said to be released shortly. The young girl was credited with helping her mother and siblings escape the burning house. The father of the family was at work at the time of the incident and claimed that he had just recently changed the batteries in the home's smoke detectors. The 3rd floor of the home collapsed onto the 2nd floor, hindering the attempts for the first responders' search and rescue. The mother was identified as an 11-year staff member to Democratic Congressman Elijah Cummings. They discovered and presumed the dead include 2 boys, 1 being 9 months, 1 being 2 years, and the 4 girls, 3-year-old twins, a 10-year-old, and an 11-year-old. The cause of the fire is still unknown.
Gunman Esteban Santiago opened fire at travelers in a Terminal 2 baggage claim at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport on Friday, January 6th. Security cameras and a released video footage from TMZ show the gunman reaching for a gun in his waistband and opened fire towards groups of people. When the shooting started, people dropped to the ground for safety while others became in direct conflict with the gunman. The shooting claimed the lives of 5 innocent people along with 6 others that suffered great injuries. According to a criminal complaint filed by federal prosecutors, Santiago confessed to planning the assault that killed 5 people. 2 of the injured victims remain in intensive care while the remaining 4 have been released or are still recovering. Authorities were familiar with Esteban Santiago because he visited an Alaskan FBI office in November, claiming that his mind was being controlled by U.S. intelligence. According to the U.S. Department of Justice, 26-year-old Santiago is being faced with 3 federal charges that each carry the possibility of a death sentence. He'll be charged Monday, January 9th, with counts of serious bodily injury at an international airport, using a firearm during and in relation to a violent crime, and causing the death of a person through the use of firearm. On Monday's hearing, the ruling called for Santiago to be detained without bond until a detention hearing scheduled for next week. FBI investigators have not ruled the attack as terrorism, but currently label it as a random attack.
Now here's Check It Out with Michelle Martzel.
Hello, I'm Michelle Martzel, Promotional Services Manager here at Batavia Public Library. Are you a parent looking for inexpensive things to do with your children this month? Consider joining Fireside Family Fun, the library's winter library club for families. It's a free club that incorporates reading and activities at the library and at home. Your family can earn prizes and a chance to win a family brunch at the Lincoln Inn, a Funway bowling package, tickets to a show at the Batavia Fine Arts Center, and more. Families participating in Winter Library Club must be Batavia Public Library card holders or have children attending a Batavia school. Also, a participating family must include at least one parent and one child. To join Winter Library Club, visit the Youth Services Desk. A number of special programs and events will be offered during Winter Library Club, which runs from January 14 through February 28. If you're a high school student or an adult, you can participate in Fireside Fun, a winter reading club. Pick up a reading log at the reference desk beginning January 14th, read or listen to 3 books, and return the log to the reference desk for a free book and be entered into a drawing to win gift cards to area stores and restaurants. The Reading Club for high school students and adults runs from January 14 through February 28. Speaking of Batavia High School, BHS American History teacher Matt Holm will talk about Abraham Lincoln and Lincoln's penchant for innovation and self-improvement during the next New Lyceum lecture on January 18th at 7 p.m. Holm also will discuss how today's innovative history classes allow for students' personal improvement through the use of history labs. Please register for Lincoln and the Spirit of Improvement on the library website or by calling the reference desk. The New Lyceum Lecture Series is sponsored by the Batavia Public Library Foundation. The library's second annual Science and Art Fair for families will be presented on Saturday, January 28th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Exhibits and activities for children of preschool age and older will be provided by a number of organizations, including the DuPage Children's Museum and SciTech Hands-On Museum. Registration is not required for the fair. However, Water Street Studios will be offering a bird sketching class for students ages 7 to 14, which does require registration on the day of the fair. For more information, please call the Youth Services Desk. Chicago True Stories, the library's next Sundays on Stage program, will be presented at 2 p.m. on January 29th. Actress Martina Matheson will portray Flora, a flapper from the 1920s, who will share sizzling stories about that delirious decade. Please register online or by calling the reference desk. Sundays on Stage is sponsored by the Batavia Public Library Foundation. Please visit the library's online calendar to find additional programs for children, teens, and adults, as well as a schedule of computer classes for adults. I'm Michelle Martzell, and I hope to see you at the library.
After President-elect Donald Trump's first press conference since the summer of 2016, the New York Times drew up their top moments from Trump's formal press debut on January 11th. On the topic of the Russian interference and hacking claims, Trump supported the idea that the Russians were behind the effort to hack the election opponents. But later in the news conference, followed with a quote saying, "But you know what? It could have been others also," after he'd been asked why he had been so critical of American intelligence officials. Trump also said that he was troubled by other intelligence reports that have been made public, which has said that Russia preferred him over Democratic candidate Hillary Clinton. He added that a strong relationship could allow the two nations to work together on difficult international issues. Trump would not directly address CNN with the question about whether or not he or anyone else in his campaign staff was in contact with Russian intelligence during the campaign. In a message for Putin, Trump said, "He shouldn't be doing it. He won't be doing it. Russia will have a much greater respect for our country when I am leading it." The presidential inauguration will be held on Friday, January 20th.
Here is the BPS Board Brief with Brad Newkirk.
I'm Brad Newkirk. I'm the Chief Academic Officer for Batavia Public Schools, and I'm here today to talk to you about Kindergarten Preview. And although we're just halfway through this school year, we are planning to welcome the class of 2030, our new kindergartners next year. And the start of that process is our Kindergarten Preview, which this year will be held on March 2nd. During March 2nd, those students who are 5 years of age before September 1st will be welcomed to our Kindergarten Preview. This is an opportunity for students to get to know their teacher, to visit their school, and start that transition process from home or daycare to the public school system. And we really welcome our students. This is an opportunity for us to get to start to know them, know what they're like and what their needs are, so that we can plan for their education from day one of next school year. Next school year, the school year of 2017-2018, is an exciting year, and we want those students who are 5 years of age or more to join us in our kindergarten program. Batavia runs a half-day kindergarten program that offers students a comprehensive view of their subjects. It also offers them a taste of all of the special areas that enrich their school experience. To register for the Kindergarten Preview, please visit bps101.net. Under our Programs tab, you'll see Kindergarten. There's an opportunity for you to register your child for the Kindergarten Preview on March 2nd, and the time that would be most convenient for your family. After registering, you'll receive a confirmation email with the time and date of your Kindergarten Preview session. During Preview, you'll get to meet the teacher, the principal, enter the school, and see the classroom where learning will take place. Your child will engage with other students and with the teacher, and this is an opportunity for us as the staff and for you as the parent to see how those interactions take place. It's a great experience and begins that transition for everybody. So again, please join us on March 2nd during the Kindergarten Preview this year. If you know somebody who has a kindergarten age student, please encourage them to register for these sessions as well. Thank you. Take care.
On Sunday, January 10th, a U.S. Navy destroyer fired a burst of warning shots at 4 Iranian small ships that were approaching them at a high rate of speed, according to U.S. defense officials. The USS Mayhan and other U.S. ships were headed down the narrow Strait of Hormuz, traveling into the Persian Gulf, where the incident had occurred on Sunday. The Mayhan fired 3 rounds of warning shots when the Iranian craft was about 890 yards away. The Mayhan's crew had made repeated attempts to warn the Iranians by firing flares from the ship's deck as well as dropping smoke flares from the helicopter. No one was injured in the incident, and while encounters like these are fairly common, it is rare that an American ship has to fire warning shots.
Both St. Charles School District 303 and local health officials say that norovirus is a likely illness that caused 800 out of the 2,500 students at St. Charles East High School to be absent on Monday, January 9th. The correct term has not yet been confirmed from a medical standpoint, but District 303 is following procedures as if it were one. According to the Centers for Disease Control, norovirus is highly contagious and can infect anyone quickly. This illness causes inflammation of the stomach or intestines, which is why common symptoms include vomiting, diarrhea, nausea, and stomach pain. In a news conference Monday, Jim Blaney said that all of the schools in the district would be sanitized using bleach-based solutions, which was recommended by both Kane County Health and CDC. The following Wednesday, the high school staff contacted the students' parents to ask about the health condition of their children. Based on the feedback, District 303 closed school again on Wednesday, January 11th, and is set to resume on Thursday the 12th. The CDC highly recommends that people with norovirus or who are experiencing flu-like symptoms be symptom-free for at least 48 hours before returning to regular activity. It is important to wash your hands and cover your mouth to keep yourself and the people around you healthy.
That's all we have for today, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of It's News to Me. Most of our programming is viewable online at mybatv.com or on YouTube under the username BATV1017. Be sure to like us on Facebook to stay up to date on the station's current happenings. Thanks again for watching. I'm Anastasia Delarty.
And I'm Ryan Molina, and that's News to Me.
Hey, that's news to me.